Hi, I'm Jacob Graber, and I teach yoga here at the Senior Center. I've been teaching here for about 3 years, and I've been practicing yoga for about 6 or 7 years myself. I think a lot of people come to me and say, "Oh, I'm a beginner, and I don't think I can do yoga," but I believe it's for anybody as long as you're halfway healthy, and you can come to me. And my class is very general, and it goes from beginner, intermediate to advanced. You can make your class however difficult or however easy as you wish. And some days you don't feel like doing much. And I think that's kind of the point of yoga, is knowing what you can and can't do, and seeing how you feel differently from day to day. Maybe if you eat badly the day before, you're not going to practice as good, or knowing where your limits are as well. Generally, we want to practice every day, 6 times a week basically. Maybe take 1 day off, but at first maybe twice a week, 1 day a week, whatever your time limit can be. Or and you can start off at 15 minutes a day, or go to an hour or 3 hours. Doesn't really, just whatever your time restrictions are. And I have about people come in probably like 8 at a time. And there's probably like 13 people, other people that I see. Probably the class size is probably 6 or 8 at a time. So the beginning of class, we start off at laying down, not laying down, but in a seated position basically. And throughout the class we get faster and more flowing and more up on our feet. Then at the end of class we start to end in more laying down. So we go from basically relaxed to active to relaxed. So it's kind of like that flow of going up and down, almost as if night and day, like getting up in the morning and going to bed at night. I would say that anybody could do my class. It doesn't matter if you're beginner or advanced. I would come in and try my class once and see if you like it. I teach Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 to about 12 o'clock. It lasts about 15 minutes. An hour, and then about 10 of that is laying on your back in Shavasana, or corpse pose, and laying down. So activity-wise, it's probably like 45 minutes. Come and see if you like it. Big toes together, knees about as wide as the mat. Taking the forehead down, taking the fingertips together, and resting here. This is child posture 2. Once you're ready, we can start to integrate that breath if you haven't done so already. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out of the nose. Inhale and exhale. Being aware of the body, drawing your awareness in. Feeling those hips move down into those ankles. Feeling the arms relax, neck relax. Toes and feet completely letting go. And as you breathe, you're feeling those inhales lift the body up just slightly, and feeling those exhales pull the body down, almost as if you're melting down into the mat. Breathing in Ujjayi breath or ocean breath if you wish. Inhale and exhale, having a noise quality to the breath, almost like the tide coming in and out. Then as soon as you're ready, waiting for your next inhale, we can rise up onto all fours. Taking the palms right underneath the shoulders. With an exhale, we'll tuck the chin towards the chest. We'll round that back. We'll tuck the tailbone under. This is cat. Then with an inhale, we'll push the chest forward. We'll lift the chin and head, dropping those shoulders down and back. Cow. Exhale, taking cat. Tucking the chin, rounding that back. Inhale, cow. Pushing the chest forward, lifting the chin. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Now moving back and forth at your own pace, moving between cat and cow. Try and move with the breath. Closing the eyes, relaxing the face and jaw. Feeling free. If you wish, you can move side to side, front to back. Drawing your awareness in and allowing the body to move wherever it wants. And when you're ready, returning the spine to neutral. Then we'll tuck the toes, we'll lift the knees and hips, we'll take downward facing dog. Taking the palms about shoulder width apart. The feet are about hip width apart. Making sure the inside of the feet are parallel and even. Relaxing the neck. And lifting those hips up and back. This is downward facing dog. Now with an inhale, we'll take the gaze up towards the hands, and we'll slowly walk those feet forward. Once the feet come forward, again, making sure the feet are parallel and even, and with an exhale, we'll forward fold. Allowing the knees to bend, relaxing the neck. I won't breathe here. This is standing forward fold. Breathing. Completely letting go of the upper body. Now with an inhale, we can slowly move one vertebrae up at a time, starting with the lower back and ending with the neck. We'll roll the spine up to standing. Coming up into mountain. Feeling grounded, supported through those feet. Softening the knees, tucking the tailbone under, lifting the heart center, pulling that navel up and in. Lifting the heart, dropping those shoulders down, eyes closed and face and jaw relaxed. Completely letting go here. You can take the top of the head and pulling it up towards the ceiling as if it's being pulled up by a thread or a string. Very subtle. This is mountain. Now with eyes open, big inhale, arms come up. And with an exhale, we'll take the palms through the heart and we'll forward fold at the waist. Bending the knees and relaxing the neck. Breathing here. Once again, standing forward. Stretching through the back of the body. Feeling those exhales moving that upper body down. inhale. We'll take the gaze up towards the front of the room. We'll bend those knees. We'll straighten that back. This is gazing pose. And we'll take the palms down. And we'll just step back into plank. Bringing strength into the body. Taking the knees down, taking kneeling plank if you wish, or staying here in high plank. Hold it. Breathe. Now with an exhale and with control, thinking strength, releasing the chest down to the mat, keeping the elbows down to the sides. And with an inhale, we can take the forearms out in front, taking the palms down to the floor. This is Sphinx. Shoulders come down and back. Eyes closed. And face and jaw relaxed. Drawing your awareness in, drawing your awareness on that breath. And we'll breathe here. Now exhale, releasing the chest all the way down to the mat. With a kneeling push-up, we'll push up with strength. And we'll take the arms out straight, making sure the arms stay straight. Maybe having the forehead hover above the mat. Maybe taking the forehead down. Maybe taking the chin, or even the chest. Breathing here, this is kneeling dog. Stretching into those shoulders. And slowly walking the palms back up. Taking just a few passes at cat and cow. Exhale our cat. Inhale our cow. Then returning the spine to neutral. Tucking the toes, lifting the knees and hips. Downward facing dog. Palms shoulder width apart. Feet hip width apart. Inside of the feet parallel and even. Eyes closed, face and jaw relaxed. Lifting those hips up and back and broadening those shoulders across the back. Relaxing the neck. This is downward facing dog. With an inhale, gaze comes up towards the hands with a walk or a step this time. The feet can come forward. Inside of the feet parallel and even. Exhale, forward fold. Trying to use those exhales. You can start to use strength here. You can use the core. Even using those arms, pulling that upper body down into the lower body. Moving as if you could touch the top of the head down into the floor, down into the mat. Inhale. Gazing, gaze comes up towards the front of the room. Gazing pose, hands to the hips, and we'll rise all the way up into mountain with strength. And we'll just simply breathe here. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees, relaxing the neck. Inhale, we'll take gazing, gaze comes up, and with a walk or a step, the feet can come back. Holding and playing. Holding and breathing. Slowly exhale, releasing the chest all the way down, thinking strength. And with an inhale, we can take the Sphinx or Cobra. Making sure the shoulders don't round up towards the ears. You're pulling those shoulders back and down. This is Cobra. Keeping the little toe of the foot side down. Keeping the hips down. Eyes closed and face and jaw relaxed. Exhale, releasing the chest all the way down to the mat. With a kneeling push-up, we'll push up. Then we'll take the arms out straight. Taking forehead, chin, or chest to the mat. Kneeling dog. Slowly walking the palms back up. And then we'll tuck the toes, we'll lift the knees and hips. Downward facing dog. Lifting those hips up and back. Taking all your awareness onto that breath. Breathing here. Inhale, gaze comes up towards the hands. Slowly walk, step, or even hop the feet forward. With an inhale, we'll take gazing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to gazing. Hands to the hips. And rising all the way up. Breathing here. Continue with our sun salutation A's. This time we're moving just a little bit faster. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees, relaxing that neck, using that exhale, moving the upper body down. Inhale, lifting the body up, gazing. And with a walk, step, or even a jump or a hop, feet can come back. Breathing here. Slowly exhale, releasing the chest all the way down to the mat. And with an inhale, we can take Sphinx or Cobra. And holding, breathing here. Now exhale, releasing the chest all the way down. And with a kneeling push-up, we'll push up. Then we'll tuck the toes, we'll lift the knees and hips. We'll take downward facing dog. Hips move up and back, broadening those shoulders across the back. Inhale, gazing, walk, step, or jump the feet forward. Inhale to gazing, exhale, forward fold. Inhale to gazing. Hands to the hips and rising all the way up. Breathing here. Remembering thinking good posture, good alignment, standing tall and mountain. One more pass at a sun salutation A. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to gazing. With a walk or a step or a jump, feet can come back. With an exhale, releasing the chest all the way down to the mat. And with an inhale, we can take Sphinx or Cobra. Big inhale here. And with an exhale, we'll release the chest all the way down. With a kneeling push-up, or maybe even a full push-up, we can take downward facing dog. Breathing here. Relaxing the neck. Lifting those hips up and back. Inhale, gaze comes up towards the hands, walk, step, or jump the feet forward. With an inhale, gazing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to gazing, hands to the hips and rising all the way up. Breathing here now. Coming to the front of the mat if you need. Taking one breath here. Now we'll move into our sun salutation B's. With eyes open, big inhale, arms come up above the head. This time we'll interlace the fingers, we'll take the palms up towards the ceiling, and we'll try to stretch and reach up to our tippy toes. Breathing. Taking balance here. Then slowly taking the heels down and together, taking the toes down and together, and then we'll bend down into chair. You can even sweep the fingertips to the mat. And we can breathe here. Lots of strength. building heat, building energy into those legs. Then inhale, coming back up, taking the palms down through the heart. Taking hands and our legs behind the back with an inhale, we'll take a back bend. And with an exhale, we'll forward fold. Bending the knees, relaxing the neck. This is Yoga Mudra. Breathe. And releasing the hands down. Inhale, we'll take gaze. And with a walk, step, or jump, feet come back. We're taking our vinyasa. So taking any edge, any modification you wish. We can drop down all the way or maybe pausing here, low plank. With an inhale, we'll take Sphinx, Cobra, or upward facing dog. And with an exhale, we can take a kneeling push-up, full push-up. We're rolling back over the toes. Taking downward facing dog. Breathing here. And throughout the next rest of the class, feeling free to take any modification and any other vinyasa we did previously. Making the practice your own. Now this time taking the right leg and extending this leg and pointing those toes towards the back of the room. Then taking that right foot forward and through. Trying to use strength, not so much momentum, and placing that foot to the gap between the hands. This is runner's lunge. We can move side to side here, front to back. Trying to keep the heel and foot moving straight up towards the ceiling. Now from here we can drop that back foot at a 45-degree across the mat. And we can rise up, taking warrior one. Trying to keep the knee right above the ankle no matter where you're at. And we're kind of looking for a 90-degree with that leg. Hands to the hips, to the heart, or even above the head. Breathing. Lots of strength. Building heat and building energy. And once you're ready, straightening the leg, releasing those arms down, inhaling, taking hands to the hips, shortening the stance if you wish. We can bring those hips, moving this left hip into center, making them parallel to the front of the room. And with an inhale, we can take a back bend. Pushing those hips forward, chest comes forward, and the head and neck back. With an exhale, we'll forward fold. Moving the chin right above the shin, no matter where you're at. Taking the palms down the leg, maybe down to the thigh, maybe one to the shin. Taking the palms. Once you find your edge, relax the neck and using those exhales. This is pyramid pose. Breathing here. And coming back to center. And we'll take the second side. Lifting the left knee up. Placing that to the opposite side. Breathing here. Once again, both shoulder blades down to the mat. And all your awareness is on that breath. Returning back to center, and this will be deep relaxation. Trying to find a nice comfortable spot where you won't have to move again for the next 9 minutes. allowing the palms to be up facing towards the ceiling, and just completely let go here. Now, as soon as you're ready, you can start to move the weight of the body, starting with moving the fingers and toes. And moving the hands and feet. And eventually the arms and legs. Just slowly waking the body up. And you can roll over onto your right side. In a few moments here. And eventually you can come up to seated. Once you get to seated, taking a few moments here. Now with eyes open, taking the palms together and rubbing the palms back and forth, generating heat into those palms. With a big inhale, reach those arms above the head, holding that breath in, taking the hands and legs behind, taking the palms up towards the ceiling. Once you need to exhale, releasing those arms down, taking the palms together into the heart. Namaste.